Okay, so we're going to talk today about being an expert and why have we decided on being an expert. So a diagnosis of cardiomyopathy can mean that we're faced with new and sometimes complex medical information and also some emotional distress. Together, these can contribute for some people to feelings of uncertainty, fear and loneliness. Being confident to ask questions and make informed decisions about your care and treatment can seem to some people to be very difficult to do, but also it's very important for many people. So I'm going to talk about information around becoming an expert patient and just a little bit of theory around an expert patient and where that's sort of coming from. And then how us as a charity, so how Cardiomyopathy UK as a whole can help to help you to feel empowered. So a little bit of a theory to start with. So it's talking around nutrients for a healthy development and function and their psychological needs. So autonomy, which is an important need to be able to have control of the course of our lives, and that's what we need as humans. We also need to feel competence to be effective in dealing with our environment, so whatever that may be, whether that's an aspect of our healthcare or not. And then also relatedness, to need to have a close, affectionate relationship with others. So that might be friends, family, or just people that are close to us. And it's important for us to be able to function effectively and experience wellness. And those are related to the satisfaction of those needs so that we're getting those needs met. And self-determination theory is around our motivation and our personality. And if a person's needs are satisfied, as people will develop and function effectively, and we will experience wellness at that sort of level. And this theory is considered to be quite significant within healthcare. So an expert patient. Sorry, just to say that there's more information around the expert patient and the theory that I've just talked about in our My Life magazine, which is available online. That contains information related to the self-determination theory, and that's been written by our nurse team. It can be read online or can be downloaded, and I'll put the link at the end for you to be able to look to see how you can get hold of the My Life magazine from our website. So unregulated web information can be very difficult for people if they do sort of Google or use a search engine to look for information that may not be factual. It can be scary, it can be inaccurate, and it may not be applicable to all people with the same condition. Sometimes there are scare stories rather than real life, and some of the information can be dramatised, written by lay people, not clinical experts, and very much it's not research-based information. Sometimes there's hearsay and sometimes it's not at all based on fact and more like exaggerated stories and opinion. There can be complex information in journals if people seek those out online as well. It can be misleading, it can create concern, fear and panic in trying to piece together complicated medical information. So information from you, our community, from our 2022 national survey highlighted that many people within our cardiomyopathy community didn't feel they had a say in their treatment. So the important thing to many people is to feel empowered, to feel like they have a say. And a patient empowerment involves educating individuals about their own health and condition, so they're able to confidently make their own decisions and give informed consent regarding care. And this is the first principle in the Care Act 2014 and the NHS long-term plan. The good thing, 58% of people did feel empowered, and maybe they had spoken to one of our specialist nurses, maybe they looked at the information on our website, or they spoke to family who have also been diagnosed, or maybe they accessed a peer support volunteer from Cardiomyopathy UK. So empowerment, information is fundamental to the process of patient empowerment. An informed, educated patient is an empowered one. And patients make the best decisions when armed with the right information. To make genuinely informed decisions about our treatment, we must have access to the relevant information needed to make those decisions. And being informed is key to empowerment for many people. Transferring knowledge from patients about their condition, medication and treatment, i.e. why is the medication needed and what does it do, rather than just take this twice a day. This transfer of knowledge is crucial to the empowerment process, and at the first point of contact with the patient, education on how, why, what, where and when in relation to a condition or medication should be talked through fully. All other tools, digital tools, websites, leaflets should come after the conversation, which is key to empowerment, so that you've got that first verbal information, then it's backed up with written information. And learning about your condition initially from doctors, then through the internet to UK sites, and most helpful of all through Cardiomyopathy UK and their peer support. And finding and being part of a patient community can be an important step on the path to empowerment. Support groups, peer support and change maker programme within Cardiomyopathy UK can help the empowered patient to feel more confident in their ability to manage their condition. And when unsure where to go or what to do next, people will feel more confident in helping to ask questions to healthcare professionals who are providing their care. So Cardiomyopathy UK can help you towards being an expert patient, to be an expert in your own condition from knowledge and support from our specialist nurses. We have a wealth of knowledge and understanding, and if we're not sure, we don't know, we can do our very best to find out. Through patient advocacy and education, looking at personal experience to help improve care and feel that you're not stepping out into the unknown. And to be a self-advocate, challenging medical opinion, talking around second opinions, working in partnership with your clinical team, asking to clarify information so you better understand your care and treatment. And empowerment, actively being involved in your own treatment, making sure that you have informed decisions about care which can help to improve longer term health. And some people experience a reduction in confidence due to emotional distress when trying to understand complex medical information. And again, that's where the nursing team can help. Hearing about other people's experiences so that you know you're not alone, learning more about your condition so you feel more comfortable getting involved in your healthcare can be one of the first steps. And clinical staff don't always have the time to talk about lifestyle and living with the experience of living with a heart condition. And some people find it difficult to speak to family and friends about their heart condition, including how it makes you feel. Meeting other people with cardiomyopathy and loved ones meeting other people who have a person with cardiomyopathy means that you can converse with them, you can feel you're not alone in wondering about medication, exercise and symptoms. And there can be a big benefit of peer support or support groups in being able to speak to other people who have the same heart condition as you. And moving into a state of ill health can be one of the main transitions which puts us in a lonely place. And feeling difficult can create negative emotions for some people. Some may feel they can't relate to others, especially if your condition is rare. And there may be concerns about how the condition affects you. And for some people, that might be that they're struggling to do activities that they did previously. And getting support, reaching out to talk about your feelings and connecting with someone in a similar position can sometimes help. So guidelines around cardiomyopathy can be an important source for patients in looking for information, and it's important that you're looking at patient-facing information as much as possible. And NICE, who's the National Institute of Clinical Health and Clinical Care Excellence, there's certainly places that you can go to look for treatment and guidance around care for your condition. And our specialist nurse team can help you to understand medical jargon on your investigation results and can advise you on current guidelines from the National Institute of Clinical Excellence as seen above. And one of which is in development on mavacamten for hypertrophic cardiomyopathy with obstruction, is currently being discussed with NICE with patient groups, Cardiomyopathy UK and clinicians to decide on guidance for use in the UK. So that's under discussion at the moment. And our symptom diary, which you may have seen on our website or may have seen in a physical presence, maybe at a meeting or a conference, can be a valuable resource for keeping a note of symptoms, medications and appointments and questions to ask. It can be useful to have notes around your implanted devices if you have one of those. And it can be a key part of managing your condition and living well with cardiomyopathy. Having one place to keep all of your cardiomyopathy information can help you to empower yourself to become an expert in your own condition, to ensure that you have the pertinent information to hand. So how can the charity help to empower you? We can in many ways, including providing factual information, which we regularly update on our Cardiomyopathy UK website. Reach out via our social media channels, closed Facebook groups, Twitter and Instagram. We provide up-to-date information about new treatments and medication, and that will be available on our website in our news pages. And provide real-time live chat via our website. So if you've got a question and you're not able to talk, or you just want to ask it via the computer, then you can look at the live chat platform on our website. And Cardiomyopathy UK aims to promote and support research that leads to improved access to quality care for people living with cardiomyopathy and their families. We provide a UK specialist conference with video resources which are now available on our dedicated YouTube channel, and that can be found by looking at our website. We raise awareness of the signs and symptoms linked to cardiomyopathy and the importance of knowing your family heart history so that more people are diagnosed quickly and able to manage their condition. And we work actively with advisory groups and provide specialist cardiomyopathy knowledge to networks and continue our work in advising in an advisory role with NICE for upcoming cardiomyopathy medication. And we have specialist cardiomyopathy nurses, as you know. We empower you by helping you to support you and your family who've been diagnosed with cardiomyopathy. And we also help to influence change. So the change agenda is for all who care about cardiomyopathy, and it highlights what people affected by cardiomyopathy want at all stages of their healthcare pathway, from diagnosis and specialist treatment to genetics and family testing and long-term care and support. And the implementation of these priorities would ensure that the healthcare future and current patients receive meets all their needs fully, enabling patients to live well with cardiomyopathy. It's a voluntary role using your own experience as a person diagnosed with cardiomyopathy, and it's a representation of patient and public voice. And cardiomyopathy patients often need support to adapt their lifestyles and live well. And good quality services are needed to help individuals understand their diagnosis, cope with the potential changes they need to make their lives and support patients in doing so. This change agenda is for all who care about cardiomyopathy, and it highlights what people affected by cardiomyopathy want in all stages of their healthcare pathway, from diagnosis to specialist treatment to genetics and family testing and long-term care and support. Whether you have cardiomyopathy or a family member, carer or friend of someone that does, your voice within our Cardiomyopathy Voices provides a unique insight into the experiences of living with cardiomyopathy. Experiences that include all aspects of health and everyday life, including using health services, well-being, relationships, finances, housing, and unanswered questions. And available in person, face-to-face or online, we have topic-specific support groups which our nurse team launched during COVID-19. They've been very popular with attendees from America, Canada and Australia, and many regional groups now are meeting face-to-face with alternate groups meeting online. And support groups are shown to help make you feel less lonely, isolated or judged, reduce the feelings of low mood, anxiety and fatigue, and allow time and space to talk honestly and openly about your feelings, and help improve skills to help you cope with challenges. Stay motivated to help manage your cardiomyopathy, and give a sense of empowerment, control and hope. And some of the comments from attendees of our support groups: meeting people with experience of the same thing as me, sharing experiences and ways to help living life to the full. And it's so nice to talk to people with the condition, even if they are on a different part of their journey. And finding and being part of a patient community, receiving one-to-one support from someone who understands through our telephone peer support service. And feedback received: someone said they no longer feel alone, they feel much better prepared for their conversation with their cardiologist, and they feel reassured, better informed and able to plan. And finally, as a charity, we are striving to ensure that we provide the best we can to our community. And Cardiomyopathy UK are now members of the Helpline Partnership. So what does that mean for our community, for you? It means that our specialist nurses are provided with training and best practice standards to ensure that we continue to deliver the best service we can to you, our community, helping us to continue to provide excellent expert advice and support. And those are the references that I spoke about earlier. So there's government references there. There is the references for the legislation around care for the carers and empowering people. And then the two NICE guidance documents there, and then the My Life one. And those will be available on the recording for people to have a look at.